Hello, hello. Hey, Reaper. It's just you and me. How's it going? How you doing? We have chicken and asparagus risotto today. I say chicken and asparagus, but there is so much going on in this recipe that chicken and asparagus doesn't do it justice. Not to put too fine a point on it, but there is a lot going on. And this is one of my favorite recipes, actually. One of my favorite recipes that I've found and over the years changed a little bit here and there. And I really like it. And when I started re-adding my videos to a VOD channel, or a VOD, not VOD channel, a VOD playlist I should say, for cooking and gaming and stuff like that. The cooking one doesn't have any record of me cooking this, unless I missed it. Which is a shame, because I think it's a great recipe. So I thought, you know what? Any excuse to do it again. Because then that means I get to have this risotto. And it's good. It's got so much going on. I'm just sorting out the chicken over here for a second, because I'm just going to pop that on. Just give it a little bit of colour while we're preparing some veg. But there's a lot going on in this. The thing about this recipe is that sometimes there's a bit too much going on. So you end up with way too much going on in the pan. And the pan starts to overflow a little bit. So you have to make sure that doesn't happen. So I'm chopping the chicken up into slightly small chunks, because I want it like nicely dispersed in the risotto. Now the original recipe for this risotto actually says to cook the chicken breast whole in the oven with some stock, which is all well and good. And then you just slice it and put it on top of the risotto afterwards. That's a nice idea, and is a nice dish, but I much prefer it cooked beforehand and then mixed in with the dish. You're just waking up after a long night. Fun game night with GF and friends. Oh, nice! Glad you had a nice game night. I'm doing alright, thanks. Yeah, I spoke to my parents for quite a long time today. This morning. And honestly, most of the day has been just me chilling out. It kind of took it out of me this morning, so just been chilling and doing a little gaming, playing a little Zelda. Hi, Carrie. Just got back from hairdresser. Oh, nice. Fresh trim, fresh trim. Oh my gosh, I'm missing subs. Hi, Deancy. Yes, alerts don't work on my laptop for some reason. It's been an issue that I've been trying to fix for a while. Hi, Deancy. Thank you so much for the 71 months. You can finally share this since Twitch is broken on Edge and you've switched to Opera GX. Oh, damn. Didn't realize Twitch was broken on Edge. But thank you very much for the 71 months. Such a big number. And Nermal with the 4 months. Bon appetit, chef. Bon appetit. Thank you very much. You're my little mini chefs today. You guys are my mini chefs. I'm just going to pop a little bit of olive oil into the pan, and then we're going to put the chicken in there. Going to season it with a little bit of salt and pepper, but we'll be adding more later. So they're going to let that oil warm up. We can start getting the things that we want to actually prepare over here. We're going to have onion, we're going to have asparagus, we're going to have basil, we've got spinach as well. I don't need to chop that up. We've got lots going on. Hi Aham. Make sure not to burn the kitchen down. I've not burned the kitchen down so far. We've got tickets to England, so you fly there in a month. Ooh, very nice, very nice. Couldn't claim channel point bonus. Oh wow, that's weird. That's odd. I'm sure there might have been like plugins or something to help you out, but honestly you shouldn't have to rely on plugins for something to work, right? That's been very frustrating. Right, I pop the chicken in the pan, and then we're going to start slicing up our veg. We need to dice an onion. And chop up the asparagus as well. Bum, bum, bum. I think you're the only person I know who says they've used Edge though. I know it's supposedly better than Internet Explorer was though. So we're just seasoning up the chicken. You can probably hear a bit of a sizzle. I say adding the color, a bit of color to the chicken, but in reality, like, the chicken starts off pink and we're making it white. So it's almost like we're removing the color. But I guess white is all color, isn't it, or something? Isn't white, the color white, like all of the colors combined? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to leave that for a little bit. Get to work on this onion. We need to get another pan out and prepare some other veg, which I probably could prepare in a moment. In fact, I might do the asparagus first. Ba-da-ba. Sorry, I have adverts on my freaking thingy. This is only some. We'll not do as much. In fact, I probably need to do this much. So how was everybody's day today? How was Thursday? What are we going to add? One more. I'm going to put the extract fan on, so I'm sorry for the background noise. If it's not too annoying. I did play a little bit of Zelda today off stream. Didn't do anything major story-wise. I just kept finding like extra bits and pieces, you know, adding to my stamina bar and stuff like that. Hopefully put me in a better shape for continuing story stuff tomorrow, but it does feel like there is a crazy amount of content in the game. Despite me putting in like, gosh, 20 to 30 hours at this point, still so much more to look into. Starting the day, got work and then gym after. Fair enough, sounds like a solid day. It's always funny seeing you at this time, Reaper, because it's like different time. It's not like early for me and crazy o'clock for you. I just need to get a dish ready to put this chicken into one side. And then what I'm going to do is actually get a little saucepan, and I'm going to sort out. Okay, that chicken's looking alright. It's not fully cooked. We don't want it, well, we want it cooked, but we don't want it like completely. So while I'm still prepping things, I'm just going to get a saucepan of water here, salted. And then once the chicken's done, I'm going to put it to one side in a dish, and then I'm going to put the saucepan on the same hob, and it's going to be for asparagus and peas. I'm going to cook the asparagus, peas, and leave that to one side. Nice onions right now. Push it over here. You're pogging because Pokemon Home finally got a release date. Oh, what's the release date? Tell me. Finally can start transferring those mons. I do wonder what the competitive meta is going to be like and what they're going to allow for VGC. Okay, chicken's looking good. I'm going to put it to one side. I'm going to put this on the hob now. Wait for that to heat up a little bit. For the sake of looking over at my pan there while I was chopping. Classic CeeJaey mistake of nearly losing fingers. Okay, that's our onion prepped. May 23rd. Oh, nice. You can back transfer into Gen 8. Oh, so you can catch, I guess, viable mons from Gen 9 and transfer them back. That's interesting. I don't think that's ever been done before. I mean, I think you could transfer from 5 to 4 as long as they're compatible, right? But it's an interesting change. I haven't played for a while. I played at the start of the year. I made like a couple of comp teams, played some. I had a comp team that I thought was pretty fun, and yeah, I played ranked with that for like the first season or two. But for me, like my attention is just my attention is a thing. So trying to stay focused on something is a bit difficult for me. And I was just like, new game's coming out. And then I just forget that Pokemon exists, you know? But yeah, it's always nice to go back to it when there's updates and stuff like that. Didn't realize we already had spinach. Oh well. Yeah, they changed the IDs. Yeah. I know that from Gen 7. Huh. Well, it'll be interesting to see. I wonder what there's anything that people would want to transfer back. Anyone out there prefer Sword and Shield to Scarlet and Violet? Don't know. Okay, so we've got some basil, fresh basil here. So I'm going to take the leaves off the stalks. You don't want the stalks. There. Okay. Just trying to think of anything else I need to prepare. We've done the asparagus, the spinach we don't really need to do. Got the basil. We're sorting out the asparagus and the peas now. The chicken's been done. I need to get the stock ready, which I can also do while we wait for the other veg. Fair terror raids over max raids. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, in my experience, terror raids were a lot more fun than max raids. Don't know. I felt Scarlet and Violet was a more fun game overall, personally. I felt like the actual story, progression of the game and everything. I mean, if we take the kind of running of the game aside, like obviously visually the game was pretty rough. You take a look at how like Tears of the Kingdom looked like in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 last year. Like there's not really an excuse to have a game looking that drab, even an open world one. But the gameplay was fun. So. Give me a moment. Yeah, I mean it's hard when they get the game kind of right. It does feel like it's a hard thing to pass up, right? It's a hard thing to pass up when that's the thing that makes it the most annoying, because you play it and you're like, yeah, this is really fun. Like I'm enjoying myself, but the issue comes from you know, the mountain of issues the game has elsewhere, and it feels hard to like actually give something a positive review because it's like there are issues. It's like Tetris. You're gonna say Tetris is a fun game, like it doesn't need good visuals and stuff like that, but you know, I feel like a game like Pokemon, with the way that it's gone, does need something, you know. When you have games, like I've said, like Xenoblade and Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, like games that have shown the capacity the Switch has. Yeah, the Switch isn't as powerful as most consoles, but you can still run very, very nice games. So it's a shame when Game Freak, like, again, there's the whole politicalness behind the Pokemon Company pushing the anime and wanting the merchandise to be pushed out, so the games have to kind of keep up with the release schedule, and it's like a victim of its own success. But part of me is just like, what if Nintendo just bought out the whole thing and was like, screw it, we're doing it now, we're making the games. And if they started, I mean, even if they just started developing the games, you know, give them like 5 years to make a game. Imagine what kind of Pokemon game we'd get then. It's rude. Feliz Jueves. Feliz Jueves. How has your Jueves been, my friend? Feliz Jueves. Carrie. We like Jueves. So, in terms of preparation, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm drastically forgetting something, everything is kind of ready now. So all I'm doing is waiting for this veg to be kind of ready. And once the asparagus and the peas are, you know, blanched, then they'll be ready to be added to the risotto later. So then we can actually get started with the risotto, and then you guys can actually watch the risotto being made, rather than just chopped onions and basil. It's been one of the jueves of all time, dude. That sounds like a jueves for the ages. You know what, I can probably wash this while I'm here. And then use this for the risotto. There's some really cool stuff in Zelda as well. Like, I thought I'd reached the limit. Like, I guess that shows my imagination, right? I thought I'd sort of seen everything that could possibly have been done. But no, like, there's so many cool little different things you can do, different creations, and it's kind of crazy. Okay, that smells to me like that is ready. So I'm gonna take this and leave the peas and the asparagus to steam dry. Going to try and not burn my fingers. I'm going to put some extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin. Okay. Also need to prepare the stock. Oh dear. Are my stock cubes melting? What the hell's going on here? So for this risotto, I use vegetable stock as opposed to chicken, because it is a chicken dish. Like, it does have chicken in it, sorry, but I wouldn't classify it as a chicken dish, because the way that I've changed it is that the chicken kind of gets added in there, but you can swap things out. Like, I don't like mushrooms, but you could quite easily have mushrooms instead. Or you could have no chicken and just, you know, have it solely as a vegetable risotto. So when I do this recipe, I'd always like to maintain the, sorry if you guys are getting a little bit dizzy. Whoa, we're going for a ride. Hi. Why Is that better? But there we go. Whoa. Okay, sorry. Hopefully you guys are okay after that tumultuous experience. Is it still moving? Oh my gosh. If only I had the money, I'd bring you the best cooking experience ever. What was I saying? Yeah, so I like to have vegetable stock for this one, just because I think it's, I don't know, it maintains that kind of, most of the stuff in here is vegetable. We're going to have peas, asparagus, we've got onions, we're going to have spinach, basil is a herb, it's not a veg, but you know, it's a very veggie themed risotto. And I think the vegetable stock helps that, as opposed to going for chicken stock just because it's got chicken in it. You can see the chicken in the background over here. You like asparagus? You're already bringing basket? Oh my gosh, Carrie. Need you as a cheerleader or something in the background of my life. Every time I'm having doubts about anything, I need you to be there and being like, yeah. It would just be nice to have like a nice, oh wait, that's not plugged in. Which one is this one? I think it's this one. Yeah. Sorry, we have a lot of things plugged in now. So I have to kind of, need to get a multi-plug. So we're just going to get this going. Get our onions on the go. And some of that oil. We have some wine ready. So yeah, when I tell people about this, like I honestly, I think this is one of my favorite risottos. I really like chicken chorizo. It's a very nice risotto. But when it comes to the thing that has the most flavor, this one I definitely think is one of my favorite. You know, if I was to make a dish or like a menu of the best things to cook, okay? If someone came over and I was giving them the taste sensation of me, I definitely think this one I would do, because I think it's one of the best things that I can make. So it'd be nice to have a little video of it. Hi, gluten-free. How are you doing? Is there gluten in this one? I don't even know. There's not really any carbs going in this other than the rice. The taste sensation of CeeJaey. Yeah, I mean, like, if someone was to come round and be like, show me, like, cook me your best dishes, I would cook this as one of my best, I think. Like, if you're saying, what's the best things that you can cook, I would put this up there. Cool. So I'm going to put a bit of garlic in. The original recipe doesn't call for garlic, but I like to put a bit in, because garlic is great. Yeah, I think things like this, like I would also make a curry. I've made a lot of curries over the years, but I think my chicken tikka is probably my best. There's actually so many things I would want. This is the thing, like, if you're visiting me, you gotta visit for like a couple of weeks. Give me enough time to cook all the different kinds of food. Okay, I'm going to leave the garlic to just sizzle for a little bit. And then I'm going to add some vino. Wait, what did you say? If there's gluten in this, you're going to what? You not be happy? Gluten is your arch? Oh no. Is there gluten in this rice? Doesn't say. It says don't recycle at home. So I don't know what that means. So we're going to add some white wine now. And then we put the rest in the fridge for chef at the weekend. I'm going to give this a little bit of time to reduce down. Meanwhile, I am sorting out the stock over here. Could beat up gluten in a fight. Give it a damn good go. Yeah, if you could make one dish, you say cotely. If you can make one dish that like you think is your best thing, if it's like, okay, we're going to your place, I want you to cook something to like, you know, for everyone to enjoy. What would you cook? What would your choice be? Like if I would I make this? I think this is a nice dish to make. It's very tasty. But it's hard to narrow it down to one. Cutlet with mashed potatoes. Ooh. I'd like to try that. You would like make pancakes or grilled cheese? Yeah, cheese and bacon pancakes. You could make them, you know, the way they're supposed to be made, right? The thing is, I'd also like to make a paella for people, but then that's like a lot going on. When Toast came down for like 2.5 weeks, summer before last, he like I cooked like enchiladas, I cooked paella, I cooked risotto, I cooked curry, I cooked like all sorts of things. Because when it's a long time, it's like, okay, I can cook this rice dish this week and this rice dish next week, you know? Okay, once this has been, once the alcohol is sort of reduced off, we're going to be adding some some rice. I bought more rice today and I realized I didn't need it, so that's £3 invested for the future, I guess. Whoa! Okay, Mr. Pasta Man. We have so many bags of pasta. God damn. This cupboard is like the pasta cove. Almost got twatted on the head by some conchigli. Okay. It's looking good to me. So what we do now is we add some rice. I'll finish the bag. And we give it a mix around with all of this. And suddenly all that moisture that was left is like soaked up. And we start toasting the rice. Just toast it a little bit, not so that it actually like singes, because otherwise it's going to just taste like burnt rice. And we get our stock, and we go zoop. Put some in there. Give it a stir around. Now, I've heard different schools of thought. I've heard some people say risotto needs constant stirring, and other people saying just to leave it the hell alone. So we're going to leave it alone for a little bit, and I'm going to talk to chat. If anyone's got anything to say to me. You had spinach for dinner and you didn't like it. What did you have the spinach with, out of interest? I quite like spinach with certain things. Like in this, it is just part of like a whole, you know? It's not its own thing. So spinach inside like a curry, I quite like. Inside a risotto, inside, you know, like I did Tuscan chicken a few weeks back, which had spinach in. But when you have it as like more of a core part of the meal, it can be quite like, yeah. Same you had the carrot with. Okay, so yeah, I can see maybe that would be a bit of an overpowering taste. Spinach is not something I've ever really had too much. But as I've gotten older, I've had it in a few dishes and been like, oh, actually, that like adds a little bit to it. It's like kind of tasty. Like I have, you know, like I said, you know, in like a satay curry or even just a regular curry when you have a like a sag version, or you know this risotto. I've had it in a ricotta. But that's just like, it's in all of these recipes, it's like an additive that adds a different element to it, different flavor, rather than being too overpowering. I feel like a brachiosaurus just eating the leaves. Yeah, like you generally want to be eating spinach when it's been cooked with something and it's like wilted and stuff like that. When it's just pure spinach leafy, I don't know, raw spinach probably not. So we just add the vegetable stock and wait for the rice to kind of cook, pretty much. Turn down the heat a little bit because we don't want too much steam coming off. Start, you know, losing it rather than actually cooking the rice. It wasn't raw, yeah. I can't imagine eating raw spinach because it would be a bit like, ugh. But when you cook it properly, not saying that you didn't cook it properly or it wasn't cooked properly for you, but I always find it should be something that adds to a dish, not, you know, yeah, it's the main part. But feeling like a dinosaur ain't too bad. Your dad's cooking. I never met your dad. I've never tried his cooking. I'm just commenting on the information you're giving me. You know, I always wonder when I cook risotto. When I watch Hell's Kitchen and they're cooking a risotto, and it's like a lobster risotto, as they call it on the show, in the American version, and they're like shaking it and they're flipping it and it's going crazy, and I'm like, oh, damn, like I don't do that with my risotto, and I've never seen anyone else do it, but I guess that's why they're on Hell's Kitchen. That's a show that would be pretty cool to watch with people, but I don't know if anyone would like. That's a show anyone else was really interested in. Like any show that involves a group of people starting working towards like a final prize. That's like Apprentice. Like I love that shit because I love being like, oh screw this guy, and oh yeah that person's great. You know, I love to see it like that. A little bit of taste of the rice. Definitely not cooked yet. I'm up to season 3 on my rewatch of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Had that on the background when I was playing Zelda today. Because the new season's out on Netflix finally. Well, I mean, it's just been released on UK Netflix, I should say. I think it's been out on other Netflixes. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. If it's the final season, I'll give the entire show a rewatch again. Right. Trying to think what I've got planned for next week. Oh, it's like a veggie recipe next week, actually. To find a good playlist on Spotify that's not thingy. Always rate risotto? Yeah. Do you have an obscene amount of parmesan to put in the end? On this one, no. No parmesan in this one, actually. We do add some double cream. But this one has... we have diced onions. We're going to have asparagus, peas, spinach, some fresh basil's going in there, chicken. We're using vegetable stock for the base. And yeah, toward the end we add some double cream and give that a good mix up. It's really nice. It's actually my favorite risotto that I make. And the only one that I make that doesn't have parmesan at the end. I always like that when they're just like throwing in handfuls of parmesan on Hell's Kitchen. Like, it's nearly ready, chef. Like grenades of parmesan going in. Oh no. Spillage. Use this as a taster. No, still not ready. Oh. Mind your ears, guys. Oh, there we go. No permit. Don't tell the Italians that. It's just a recipe I found. Like, I've done lots of different risottos, chicken and chorizo, seafood risottos, all sorts. But this one, I saw the recipe for, and I was like, this looks interesting. And I like it because it's pretty simple. And it's different. And I feel like it doesn't rely on like meat or anything like that. Because we're using veggie stock, we're using majority vegetables. You can not even put the chicken in here. This would be a great dish. Once the rice cooks, that is. Whew. The recipe risotto is a kind of... Hang on, I can't read that. I can't reach and read at the same time. So risotto is a kind of whatever you've got dish. Yeah, so as long as you've got the arborio rice, and you can just mix anything together. Hey Leah, look who finally showed up. Yeah, me. I apologize. I mean, I've been starting cooking stream slightly later lately. But I'm glad you're able to join at least. You can just chuck it all in. Yeah. I mean, definitely, if you, like my top three would be this. Chicken and chorizo is a great risotto. Obviously with the parmesan, and like a seafood one. Get some seafood, prawns, whatever. Is really good. The nerve. I'm gonna have this. My hope is, at the end of this, we are going to be the proud owners of some lovely cooked rice. And then we can start adding everything else in. If it's not cooked, then I'll be like, what the hell? I thank you for not bringing up yesterday's game, Faust. Rather just move on. If you've got the seafood, you probably do a paella. Yeah, paella is amazing. I actually have paella rice, but you can use arborio rice for it. But actually have different packet of a different rice for paella. But for me, a paella, I just do the lot. So traditional, like Valencia like paella is like seafood and stuff like that. However, what I like, and what my grandmother used to make, was you put the seafood in, but you also have some chicken, you have some chorizo, you have like different bits and pieces in there, peas, all sorts, tomatoes, it's great. It's the weekend for you? I went to you, is the weekend yesterday? Wait, what? What do you mean? Well, because I started later today? So you've got tomorrow off? Wait, is it a holiday for you? Yeah, so you told us to have a go. Oh, of course, see, yeah, no, I did say that. Yeah, because my brain was melting after playing like 22, 23 hours of Zelda in 2 days. The only thing on my mind was freaking Zelda puzzles. I crossed over. My headset is dying. Hello? I think I can hear you guys now. I'm not sure. Hang on. Hello? I don't know. Just no work. You can hear me. Okay, cool. Because my headset was doing a weird thing. How would you be? No, no, I mean, I won't talk about it. Anyway, yeah, Jordan was saying yesterday about the next 2 days having the next 2 days off or something. Apparently, some countries have a couple of days of holiday. Yeah, I'm going to give this rice a bit of a taste-a-rooney now. And if it's all but done, then I'll be happy because we've got a little bit of juice left. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm going to give it a little bit of time. Taste-a-rooney, yeah. We had about last night in the office anymore. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Even me and my dad, when we spoke this morning, didn't mention it. We move on. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of salt. I'm going to do a little bit of pepper. We are going to add in our peas and asparagus. We're going to re-add our chicken. Again, you don't even need to have chicken in this. If you want to make this a veggie, it's a veggie option. And then we're going to add in our basil. Now I'm going to do all this first, because then I get an idea of how much is going on with this. Because we still have other 2 things to add after this. And one of them is, well, it's a bit irritating. So already looking a lot greener, and it's going to look even greener in a moment, because I need to add spinach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle over some leaves. I'm going to wait for the steam billowing off of this to wilt the leaves a little bit, and then we can stir them in. I can't really reach out. What would Gordon Ramsay say if he heard you utter that in the kitchen? He would kick me out. He would kick me out. The amount of Hell's Kitchen I've watched, the amount of times he's been like, fuck off, to somebody who said something like jokey or playful in the kitchen. It's like, the kitchen's a serious place. You're not there to have fun. You're there to cook. Put your passion. Hello, hello. I am good. Food's nearly ready. Let's go. Sounded like you nutted, holy shit. You good? Yeah. Gaming? Gaming in this economy? I'm down. Okay. I didn't realize we had spinach. We got loads of spinach, so. Because there's going to be a little bit left of this bag afterwards. I usually use like 3/4 of this bag for this. So. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't read your messages, guys, because the text is white. And the dish is looking pretty white, too. Oh. Alright. Come on, you bastard wilt. CeeJaey, favorite. Why favorite was what? I can't read that. I'm sorry. I'll be able to read your messages later. Okay, once this is wilted down, it'll be easier to stir in, and then we have one more ingredient, which is la creme. Like the spinach, it looks like it's so much, but once it's like gone hot, then just basically the same volume as the basil and the asparagus and whatnot. See? We're going to make sure it's fully wilted, because when we have the cream, it does drop the temperature a little bit. And we don't want that to cause any of the spinach to like be caught in a stasis. They're like, oh, I'm wilting, I'm wilting. Actually, I've changed my mind. As they welcome the cream to the party, you know what I mean? Okay, it's looking good. We need to add half of this. Put that up there. And now, we're trying to warm up that cream. We're also getting mixed around everything else. So this is probably the least traditional part of making a risotto, but no butter, no parmesan. So the cream, I guess, kind of makes up for that at the end. Don't know. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to give it a little bit of time to warm through. I'll just push this while I'm waiting. My headset's gone again. I keep losing, like, hearing in one ear. The glasses are getting all misty. Can't see. Okay. Oop. If it's getting caught on the cable. Zacky Wacky, that was it. Thank you, I can see it now. Yeah, that's exactly what I was referencing. Because he was talking to someone else, right? And he was like, thanks, Zacky Wacky. And Gordon Ramsay was like, Zacky Wacky? What the fuck is wrong with you? Just screaming at him. It's like, yeah, I guess no rhyming or any shit like that in the kitchen when Ramsay's there. Right, I think we're good. This is pretty good. Guys. Oh. You guys are going crashing down? Everything's fine? Everything's fine. You guys just took a little bit of a tumble, that's all. Okay. I'm going to rest you guys back on the soup cans. That's right, you guys are on soup cans right now. Because the microwave is no longer there, so. Okay. can read chat now. I can turn that off so I can hear myself think. Actually hear the voices in my head again. I think this looks good enough for a picky. No, stupid advert, shut up. Shut up. Now I'm gonna have to sit down and spend a day like making my laptop with like new ad blocks and stuff. Okay, that'll do for me. Oh my gosh, I made a mess of this plate. This will be mine. Just throwing it around. Well, there you go, gang. That is chicken asparagus risotto. Or chicken and asparagus and everything else risotto. Chicken and a little bit of everything. But that's it. I'm going to give you a zoom. Alright everybody, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for the subs today. I will be back tomorrow with some more Zelda. Continuing Tears of the Kingdom. We're not going to finish it tomorrow, but we can progress. I will see you then. Have a great evening. Bye.